Please consider to subscribe the channel if you are interested to watch the rest of conversation with Priyanka, who studied finance and commerce, and she works as a consultant in Deloitte. I interview people from different major and minors with university degree or non-university education to give you some insight about their work experiences, job requirement, and what you need to do if you are in their position. So, a good news, I have Priyanka here today who want to give you information about finance and commerce. So, hi Priyanka.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, can you please tell us a bit about yourself, your educational background, and what do you do now, please?
Absolutely. So, I'm a graduate from Macquarie University. I did a Bachelor's of Commerce with a double major in finance and economics. It was a 4-year degree. Had a lot of fun at uni.
So it was mixed between finance and commerce, right? The double degree.
So finance and economics. So it was a commerce degree with, so most of my units were split between economics and finance, which is like really go hand in hand and quite interlinked. Yeah.
Awesome. And what do you do now regarding your study?
I'm an analyst at Deloitte.
Cool.
I started as an intern with an intern program for 12 months and then got a permanent role as an analyst. Absolutely loved the job, and Deloitte's a great place to work. Lots of opportunities, lots of really good environment, really good smart people, intellectual people that you can spend time with and learn lots from.
So, Priyanka, can you please give us a bit more details about your work responsibilities and what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm currently an analyst at Deloitte.
Yeah.
And I work in the government advisory team in the assurance and advisory service line at Deloitte. So government advisory, basically what I do on an everyday basis is, supporting the CFO function of the government departments in New South Wales, mainly because New South Wales is our biggest client at the moment. From everyday basis, it varies. My role and responsibility change because our services, basically, my job is a very consulting kind of role and
advising.
It's advisory in nature, so it changes according to the client I'm working on, what the requirements are. It can vary from building a budgeting forecasting model to just remediating data to accounting advice on how does the government account for different transactions or looking at transactions or writing some policy and procedures in the finance area. So anything that is related to the CFO function of the government departments, my team does, and essentially I do on an everyday basis. I think I've worked on some great transactions between the New South Wales government and some private operators, private companies, and it's quite a lot of exposure, and you get to see the public sector side of things and just the broader side of things that impact you as well on an everyday basis, like trains and hospitals and schools, and so it's very exciting. It depends. Sometimes I'm working with spreadsheets. Other times I'm working in PowerPoint. Other times I'm actually presenting stuff.
That's right.
And it really changes every day. It's a new day, and every day.
So these are kind of like a talent that a new person need to be aware of to kind of like get ready for it. Kind of like being confident to present.
Absolutely.
Being confident how to work in different part of spreadsheet and Excel. And PowerPoint, of course. So you recommend them, right?
I think to be able to work in consulting, you need to be someone really fluid, who can easily very adapt, because every day is new. The people you work with aren't fixed, so you don't have this set team or the the number of people that you're working with. It really depends. Sometimes you're on client side, sometimes you're in secondment. So you need to be a person who can adapt to new environments very easily and adapt to the people they're working with. So you really have to alter your approach, because it very much depends on who you're working with and what you're doing. And absolutely depends which team or what kind of work you end up doing. But I think just the ability to be fluid and mobile and curious, I think, don't set restrictions, on I'm limited to this. If you're weak in something, I'm sure you can. It's sometimes a good idea to explore that area and actually learn a bit more about it, and might come in handy at some other point, So my skill set is just very broad. It's
Different.
nothing,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
quite
you.
enjoy.
And as a last part, can you please let us know, like as an advice, how they can get this kind of job, and what is your advice for a person who are looking for this kind of job, how they can get it, how they can get into the environment?
So my key tip would be to be authentic and be confident. So I think confidence takes you a long way. You can play the part before you actually be the part. That's my motto, basically. So you just fake it till you make it, right? You have to not pretend to know things, but try and just know as much as possible, and slowly you get there. But confidence takes you a long way. So ability to express yourself, ability to ask questions, especially at the junior levels, even at like my level. The fact that I ask a lot of questions just helped me learn a lot more than I would have taken in if I hadn't been confident enough to ask questions. And curiosity takes you a long way as well. Just be curious about things. If you don't understand something, ask, or just think outside the box, and don't take the answers that are given to you, especially analyze them, think about them. Why is this the answer? Question the answer, question everything that's given to you, because that can take you a long way as well.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Priyanka. Thanks for taking your time
My
and
pleasure.
explaining all of these details about your work experiences, which was very useful. Thank you. And if you guys have any question, please comment below. Priyanka will answer your questions.